Well, we're traveling the Route 33 corridor, and I decided to take the southern part of 33, and Renee took the northern part. We found some great things down here, some wonderful wedding venues that you can visit. We talked to the city of Logan about some of the improvements and things that are going on there. We shot on down to Nelsonville. Of course, that's home of Rocky Boots. Talked to them as well and learned about what's going on in the Nelsonville area. There's a lot happening on both the north and south portions of 33. Renee, what did you find?
Well, thanks, Mike. Well, we're traveling up 33. We found some great places up this way. One of them is a place where you can refurbish furniture, make it brand new again. And right now we're hanging out here at Indian Lake. We found a couple places where you can enjoy great food and great beverages. You're not going to want to miss this show. I'm Renee Joseph, and along with Mike Kilburn, we are Out and About Columbus.
Well, the Henry Manor was built in the 1800s, and it's a beautiful home, but it's now home to special events and weddings. And Rich Harris is joining us today to talk about it. Rich, welcome to the show. Good to have you on.
Thank you, Mike.
So tell us a little bit about what makes this different than a lot of event spaces.
Well, especially in Fairfield County, the Henry Manor has zero restrictions on which vendors that a couple can choose to bring in. So if they want to have, someone in their family provide the food, to have some savings on cost, or bring in their own bartenders or DJ, we just rent the space to them and we let them do whatever else they want. And a lot of venues won't allow that. So we feel that we take pride in being different and being flexible to work with these couples.
Yeah. Now, the wedding is one of your main things that you do here. So give us a little insight into the wedding and what that's like here.
So when someone rents our place for a wedding, we have two options. We have a single day rental, which is actually up to 12 hours, which is almost double what most other venues will give you for the time. All the tables and chairs for up to 200 people are also included in that. You would get either myself or one of our venue managers to assist throughout the day. We're not a day of wedding coordinator, but we will be here to help with the venue and get things for the people so that they can make it, a smooth transition throughout the day.
Now, you can actually stay here at the Henry Manor, right? And you work through Airbnb?
We can. So we have two options on that. If someone wants to rent this place for a wedding, we do have an upgrade option where up to 12 people can sleep on site in the manor. And then if we have a weekend experience where the entire 12 people can start as early as Friday morning all the way through Sunday afternoon, have some kind of private event Friday afternoon or evening, wake up Saturday morning, get ready for the wedding, and then check out with no rush on Sunday. And no other venue in the area offers that.
Well, give us some contact information, Rich, where we can book and learn more.
Okay, you can learn more on our website at henrymanorevents.com. You can reach us at thehenrymanor@gmail.com, or you can call us at 740-243-0718.
Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
Old furniture rescued, repurposed, and renewed is what you'll find at the Silver Elephant in downtown Bellefontaine. Tell us everything about the Silver Elephant. What do you guys do here? What is your motto here?
Rethink, repurpose, and revive. Thank you all for being here. We do repurposing, refinishing, interior design, and we've recently started home staging.
These are one-of-a-kind pieces. So how do you go about doing that?
We like to take the old forgotten pieces and make them new again, and we like to make them a one-of-a-kind. They've gone through history giving us what we need, and it's nice to push them on for a little longer.
I love that idea. Well, so how did you get started in this? What's your background?
I have a bachelor's in interior design from Ohio University. I've always had a passion for furniture and animals, but furniture and redoing things and making them something special.
When people come here, what do they really love about this place?
They love to come in and say, oh, my grandmother had one of those, or, my aunt had one of those, or shoot, I got rid of that years ago, I should have kept it. But they also like the uniqueness that we offer. We really try to bring things to life in a very unique way.
So your dog Ellie here is a rescue dog, and you kind of rescued her like you rescue this furniture. Tell us how you do that.
Ellie is a rescue, and we have several rescues at home. I've worked with animals most of my life. They have so much to offer. It seems like the rescues are so grateful. I feel the same passion for the furniture that we do.
How do we find out more information about the silver elephant?
We are on Facebook, and we also have a website. It is thesilverelephant.net. And so you can find out more there and follow us on Facebook.
Well, if you like finding neat, nostalgic items, we found an antique mall with over 100 vendors. That coming up straight ahead. Well, we stopped by Treehouse Treats and Treasures in Logan. And boy, I'll tell you, they got a lot of things for families to do, a lot of fun, including a petting zoo, miniature golf, and some delicious ice cream. And Valerie Fox was joining us today to talk about that. Valerie, welcome back to the show. You've been on before.
I have been.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about what is the experience. What are people going to find here?
We have, like you said, we have the miniature golf. It's a nice course. We have all the different greenery, and we have the holes spread out so you can kind of be in your own space. We have the petting zoo with pygmy goats and European fallow deer. And then inside we have ice cream, and then we also sell souvenirs and gifts and books and that kind of stuff.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the ice cream, the treats inside. What's some of the specialties that you have?
Well, we do a treat maker contest with our employees, and this year the winning one was a caramel macchiato float. It has vanilla ice cream and then coffee with drizzles of caramel and then kind of mixed together.
Sounds
Definitely
delicious.
a coffee lover dream.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the experience here for families when they come. This is a lot of family fun, isn't it?
A lot of times people will come in on the golf course, play around the golf, and they get ice cream. We have patio space for people to sit out, and then they'll go to the petting zoo. We sell like little cups of feed, or they can get corn to feed the goats and the deer.
Well, Valerie, give us some contact information where we can find you here in Logan.
We're located on State Route 664, just a quarter mile north of US 33. We're kind of in a little shopping complex with the Old Dutch Restaurant and the Logan Antique Ball, and there's a hotel here and an Arby's. So there's a lot of things to do.
So go get something to eat.
Exactly.
We'll get some ice cream, play around the golf, and work the calories off, right?
Exactly.
Valerie, thanks so much for being on the show.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more. Well, this is the spot to be for the remainder of the summer. We're out here at Indian Lake at the Cranberry Resort, where you can find great food, great drinks, live music, and a lot of fun. Well, Beth, welcome to Out and About Columbus. Thank you so much for having us out to the beautiful Cranberry Resort here at Indian Lake. And it is absolutely gorgeous. We're sitting here looking at the beautiful lake, watching the pontoons boat in. Tell us about the Cranberry.
Well, we're the largest waterfront restaurant at Indian Lake with 48 boat docks. Summer is obviously our busiest season, and it's just a great place to come and relax on the weekends.
Well, what can we look forward to? I know you guys have delicious food because we just had some appetizers. What are you known for here?
Our cheese sticks.
Oh, okay.
They're handmade. They're just delicious. Everybody orders those and enjoys those.
Now, you guys are also known for your wonderful drinks. Tell us about those.
Well, we have several specialty drinks that are popular. The Rum Runner is the most popular one, and the Mermaid Water. And then we have a new one that we use fresh cranberries and we puree them and add vodka and lemonade. So it's tart and refreshing, and it's named after the cranberry and the bog that was out here years ago.
Yeah, that's awesome. So hence the name, Cranberry Resort. Well, I understand you guys have live music. Let's talk about that.
We have music outside. We used to have it inside, but now we have to have it outside here on the stage. And so we have it on the weekends, Friday afternoon, usually from 5 to 9. And then Saturday, we usually have it from 6 to 10. And then Sunday, we'll usually have a band from 3 to 7 or 8.
Well, it's a great time out here. Tell us how we can find out more information about the Cranberry Resort.
We have a website, cranberryresort.net, and we also are on Facebook.
Beth, thanks again for letting us come hang out today. I'm having a great time.
You're welcome.
Like the Out and About Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news on upcoming shows and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/outandaboutcolumbus. Well, you know, there's nothing more fun than strolling through an antique mall, and we stopped by Logan Antique Mall, and it's fun to see some of the nostalgic items, things that you remember. I happened to run across a transistor radio that I used to have, and just some of the fun things, albums, old albums, just a lot of things that are neat. And join us today is Ellie to talk about the Logan Antique Mall. Welcome to the show. Good to have you on.
Thanks for having us.
Well, I have to ask you, what brings people to the antique mall? Some of the things I'm describing?
Right, and just a big variety of items that we have, things that your parents used to have, your grandparents, just lots of different things that are here.
Yeah. And what's nice about this is the selection. It's amazing to walk through here and see the amount of items you have. Now, these are all vendors, right? Individual vendors. Tell us how this all works.
Well, we rent out the spots for them. They go out and they look for all the items. They bring them here, they price them, and then we're here to sell them for them.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some of the most sought-after items.
There's lots of sought-after items. Anything that your parents had, your grandparents have, you can get here. Records, lots of vinyl records, anything.
I used to have a little transistor radio back in the day, and I haven't seen them forever. And I walked into one of these and actually saw it. It's just amazing. Now, where does a lot of people come from to visit here?
They come from all over. We have them from other countries. We have them from California, all the surrounding states, a lot from Cleveland up north, and West Virginia, Pennsylvania.
So the selection's good. It's well worth coming down, well worth looking around. It's a short drive from Columbus to come down and enjoy this. And like I said, just walking through here, it's just amazing some of the things that you can find here. Give us some contact information where we can come down and see you and when you're open.
All right. Well, right now, because of COVID, we are running shorter hours. You can find us on Facebook, and you can find us on www.loganantiquemall.net.
Well, if you're looking for a great combination in food in the Lancaster area, how about pizza, steak, and seafood? We're going to tell you about that straight ahead. Well, we stopped by the city of Nelsonville. They call this the Star of the Hocking Hills. And joining us today is Stuart Brooks to talk about it. Stuart, welcome to the show.
Welcome. I'm really enthusiastic to be here. I want to show off this town and show off what we're doing.
So why do they call this the Star of the Hocking Hills?
Well, you know, we're sitting in the middle of Wayne National Forest, and what a better place to be if you're an outdoorsman. If you want to bike, if you want to do camping, if you want to do some boating, kayaking, and so on and so forth, we're right in the middle of it. And so we believe, and again, we believe we're in the star of Athens County.
Are there a lot of events and attractions that you have, and what are some of those?
Well, there really is. We have a canoe livery here in town, which, as a matter of fact, just bought a new location down by Hocking College, and they're going to open up a beautiful new canoe livery, and they're going to have a restaurant, they're going to have some gear, and so on and so forth. So that's exciting. We have the Hocking Valley Railroad, started in 1969. Been around for a long time.
They were just on the show a week ago.
Yeah, so, you know, they draw a lot of people to our area. You know, with that, we have a bike trail, our great bike trail that goes down to Athens, Ohio, which and goes on up to Logan, Old Man Cave region. You know, we really see this area now coming. People come from Columbus to come down and spend a couple of days and really be in the wilderness, and we have great B&Bs. Our bed and breakfast we have in this town are just, they're superb.
Well, Stuart, we're going to leave it there. Give us some contact information where we can learn more about some of the events, attractions, and things we can do here in Nelsonville.
Well, if you get on the website, cityofnelsonville.com, you can find everything I've just talked about in regards to coming down to Southeastern Ohio, to the star of Southeastern Ohio, and enjoy the outdoors, please.
Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Miss any of today's show? Now you can catch it all on the go. Just visit onacolumbus.com for past episodes and all of our latest content. Now is the perfect time to get out and have some fun. Even if it's a dreary day out, Dragon Lanes in Marysville is the place to come. I'm sure you guys have gone through a lot lately with the pandemic and everything. How has this affected your business?
Well, so far we're probably down on open bowling about 90% from what we normally are. We're seeing signs of it picking up. Our league hasn't hurt us as bad as what we thought. People are still coming out. They want to escape what's going on, and they'll come in here. So league bowling is right now probably down about 25%, which we're happy about. I mean, of course we want it to be better, but I understand.
Yeah. Well, so what are you guys doing to keep your customers and your employees safe?
Okay. We've always had sanitizing practices here. Our shoes have always been sanitized, but we do it on the outside, the inside. It's hospital grade sanitizer. As you can see right now, they're sanitizing as we speak. The bowling balls are left at the lanes. When they get done with them, we come clean the holes, the outside after every use. And we did notice when little kids come, they like to touch all the bowling balls. So we clean them all out, take them out, and we sanitize 100% every time. We also, when you come in that door, we're going to ask you some questions. We're going to ask if you've had a fever, if you've been sick, if you felt sick in the last 24 hours. We'll take your temperature. If you say, well, I was sick 3 or 4 days ago, we may take your temperature. And then we let you come in. Masks are to be worn when you're not bowling. If you're wandering to the snack bar, if you're over at our video game selection or shooting pool in the back, you have to wear a mask. When you sit down, you're eating, you don't need a mask, and when you're bowling, you don't need a mask. So
tell us how we can find out more information about Dragon Lanes.
Okay, you can just go on our website, dragonlanes.com. Very simple. You can call at the bowling center itself. Please listen to all the selections that are on there, because it'll get you confused if you don't. And we'll be happy to answer your questions. Shoot us an email if you want to, and you can find all that on dragonlanes.com.
Like the Out and About Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news on upcoming shows and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/OutandAboutColumbus. Well, we found a great place called Castaways. It's located in Lancaster, and not only do they have great pizza, but they have steaks and seafood, and their motto is eat at the butcher's house. McCall Ruff is joining us today to talk about that. Welcome to the show. Good to have you on.
Thank you.
So tell us a little of the history. It's rare that you find a place that does pizza, steak, and seafood. So how did that all come together?
Well, I'd say it all started with Fred Eaton. He was the original owner. He opened it in the late 40s, early 50s, from what we can gather. And he had it for a long time. And then my dad, in 1997, bought it from Fred. He had always sold meat to Fred. We have kept the menu the same. We try to keep everything the same, all the way down to the recipes.
Wow.
So always bought from the same place. Of course, my dad owns Base Food Market here in Lancaster, so that's where you get eat at the butcher's.
And so your dad is actually a butcher?
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
So you were telling me that like some fresh seafood comes in here. Tell us a little bit about that.
It does. So my dad actually drives clear over to Cheekatee Island, Virginia, picks up oysters fresh for us, and we get those in here so we can serve some really good fresh seafood to everybody.
Wow. That's quite a deal. So one of the questions I always have to ask is, what's the most popular item on the menu? What do people come in here for?
Besides the oysters, I'd say our meat, of course. You can't get any more local meat than what we give you. The steak for two has been the most popular thing, I'd say, because it's just been around the longest.
Yeah. Now, what is steak for two?
It's a whole steak plate, family style. So it's pieces of steak on a big platter, and you each get your own two sides. Or we can serve up to 6, 7, 8, 9, however many people. It's steak for however many people you and your family.
McCall, I see you have a beautiful patio here. Are you doing entertainment out here?
We do right now. We started this year right after everything opened back up. We had some entertainers reach out, some local guys, and they play on this patio. It's been a really big crowd pleaser this year, that's for sure.
Well, give us some contact information where we can find you here in Lancaster, number one, and maybe a website or a Facebook page you might have.
So the address, of course, is 1500 North High Street. The phone number is going to be 740-654-9197, and we have Facebook and Instagram right now.
Rita, when you visit the Hocking Hills, we found a place that you can find everything from leather goods to great photographs to you name it. It is an artisan's paradise. That's straight ahead. Well, we had a chance to stop by the city of Logan, and there is a lot happening here in the city. The mayor's joining us today to talk about that. Mayor, welcome to the show. Good to have you on.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
tell us about some of the things that are happening here in the city in terms of improvements.
So we have spent almost $22 million on the infrastructure. Our new water treatment plant just went online 2 weeks ago. It's a reverse osmosis water treatment plant. We've installed all new water meters within the city because trying to find a water loss. We have replaced over 100 hydrants because of water loss. We replaced over 100 valves because of water loss. And we're in the process. We still have valves and fire hydrants to replace. And we've also replaced about 5 miles of water line. And we still have a lot of that because of all the water loss. So we're working on the infrastructure extremely hard.
We've been coming down here for several years, and Logan has just continued to metamorphose into a great city. So that's great to hear. I wanted to talk to one of the people that is on council that knows a little about the history and some of the things that are here. Well, Judy, thanks for joining us today and talking a little bit about the history of Logan. I know there's a lot of history down here in Logan.
Right. Well, we're standing right here in Worthington Park. Thomas Worthington platted this land in 1816. We just celebrated our 200th year anniversary. And this originally was made as a marketplace to sell things. And around the 1800s, 1880s, they decided to make it into a park. And then in the 1920s, they added the statues and Civil War things.
Well, give us the contact information where we can learn more and come and visit, see some of the historical things that are here, enjoy the Hocking Hills and some of the parks.
Okay, well, go to our website and there will be more information on that for you.
Fantastic. Judy, thanks for joining us today.
Miss any of today's show? Now you can catch it all on the go. Just visit onacolumbus.com for past episodes and all of our latest content.
On your trip to Hocking Hills, you might want to do a little bit of shopping. If you love great artist type stuff, we have found the place for you. It's Homegrown on Main, and Diane's joining us today to talk about how this all got started. And this is actually a part of the Hocking Hills Tourist Association, right?
That's correct, Mike. Back in 2016, the Hocking Hills State Lodge Park at Old Man's Cave burned to the ground. And that's where the artists in Hocking Hills used to display their artwork. Well, Audrey Martin, who is one of the directors at the tourism, Hocking Hills Tourism, she presented to the artsmen here in the town of Logan a way for them to show their artwork here in town. And Hocking Hills Tourism kind of stepped up to the plate, and they purchased this building. And when we moved in, we made this a satellite operation for the visitors, so it's a visiting center. People can come in and get their questions answered about where to go, places to see, and then they donated the space to all the artists.
Yeah, and it's fun just to come in and look around. You know, every time I come in, I look around, and just amazing pieces that you find here. It's really worth your time to come and enjoy this. With all the folks coming to visit Hocking Hills, this is a great thing to do. You can social distance and enjoy some great artwork and have fun down here. Now, we can find you on Facebook, right?
Yes, Facebook, Homegrown on Main. Just go to that page, like us, and you'll get all of the information, anything going on. This coming week, the end of this week, I'll be switching out the big front main windows to a fall theme. And then towards Christmas, we'll have a big open house.
Oh, yeah.
And it's well received. We'll have chamber music live in the front room. It'll be really nice.
And we know we got visitors coming down through November. That's what I hear about the cabins down here. Well, Diane, thanks so much for being on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
Well, we stopped by the Hitching Post Ranch, a great wedding venue that we found here in the Lancaster area. Very scenic out here. And Mick is joining us today to talk about that. Mick, tell us a little bit about the history of this place.
Well, the history of the place, I've lived here since I was 10 years old.
Is that right?
So I'm 55 now, so I've been here quite a while. But then as far as the venue's concerned, we're brand new. We just started last year.
So tell us what makes this venue unique for couples that may be thinking about.
Yeah, we're more of an outdoor type venue. Now, that being said, if the weather turns bad, we do have vinyl curtains that we can pull across the venue and shut the weather completely out. And two, as far as the ceremony site, if it does rain, we do have a plan B. Plan B is to get married right up against the fireplace.
Basically, what is your wedding season out here now?
Yeah, wedding season goes from April 1st to the first weekend in November.
And the lakes, were they here before you built this, or did you actually put the lakes in after the...
This was a small pond at first, okay.
Looks like a little bit bigger pond now.
Yep, and then the lake out front then, we built it also.
So how many weddings have you had here so far, and what was kind of the reaction of the bride and groom?
We started out with 3 weddings last year. We had them in the fall of the year. The wife and I always thought that spring was the popular time. Well, it ends up being September, October are your popular months. The sceneries that we have here are above and beyond.
It's just so beautiful out here and quiet, and what a great environment to hold a wedding.
Yeah, you know, with this, it's like they're in their own little world back here. I always tell them that we're not trying to sell you a place to get married. We're trying to sell you an experience here.
Give us some contact information where we can get a hold of you and book a wedding here.
Yeah, you can reach us at the hitchingpostranch.com. That's our website. And then if you'd like to call, you can call 740-808-2607.
Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
Well, after a hot day out on Indian Lake, there's nothing like an ice-cold beverage right here at CJs Lakeside Tavern. Well, Carla, welcome to Out and About Columbus. Thanks so much for having us out to CJ's Lakeside Tavern. What a cool place you have here. Tell us about the atmosphere.
Well, basically, I'm just a little friendly neighborhood bar. I like to consider myself a little cheers bar. Basically, I have my regular patrons that come in on a regular basis, and then we also welcome any of the vacationers that are here at Indian Lake to come on in and have a nice ice cold beverage. I like to keep my beer at a nice 32 degrees, so it's always nice and cold when on them hot summer days.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Now, I understand you have a drink named after our governor.
I do have a drink named after our governor in special honor of our governor. Yes, I do.
Well, tell us about the drink. What's in it?
Basically, we mix Frangelica and whipped vodka in it. You mix the shot together, you put a little line of salt on your hand, you lick the salt, and then you take the shot. It's kind of almost like a pretzel. It tastes almost like a salted pretzel.
Ah, well, it sounds delicious.
Yeah, it is delicious.
Well, what else do you offer here at CJ's?
We have billiards. You can come in and play some pool. Actually, I do free pool on Tuesdays, all day on Tuesdays when we're open. We have a lot of different drinks that we make up. We have Blue Lagoon. We have some awesome Bloody Marys that we can make you. We also have a really good drink we just came up with called the Peach Beach. So if you're looking for something cool and refreshing, we can whip that up for you and get you all settled in.
Well, how do we find out more about CJ's Lakeside Tavern?
I have a Facebook page, CJ's Lakeside Tavern, and then I'm also on Google. And then there is a phone number that you can call, and it's not a hard place to find, just right downtown Lakeview.
Like the Out and About Columbus Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news, upcoming shows, and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/outandaboutcolumbus.